NFL analyst, former quarterback Tim Hasselbeck. So Von Miller made historic money based on what he and the Broncos defense were able to do to Cam Newton in the Super Bowl. Using that game, show us what needs to change tonight for the Panthers to have success.
Well, the first thing the Carolina Panthers have to do is they have to stay out of known passing situations. And then when they get into the best defensive player on the field, when you're doing it, at Von Miller or at DeMarcus Ware, unblocked at the point of attack. So I would expect Carolina to get back to more of that, and then also do a better job of helping their tackles.
They've had 7 months to dissect that film. In his summation after that game, Newton said, we dropped balls, we turned the ball over, we gave up sacks, we threw errant passes. That's it. That's all they did, Tim.
Yeah.
So barring doing any of those things, maybe they'll have a different result, Matt. Love it. Got the paper ready and everything. All right, Tim, uncharted territory. We've been talking about Cam Newton. Let's talk about the Broncos offense. Trevor Siemian getting his first career start. Give me some realistic expectations from what you hope to see from Siemian tonight.
Well, I think the big thing is I would expect the Denver Broncos example of it there.
And that's all the Broncos need. They don't typically pay running backs, but they gave C.J. Anderson that money because they were hoping he would be really the linchpin behind this offense, which we got coming up. Thanks, Tim Hasselbeck. Matt? A couple weeks ago, Colin Kaepernick made a decision that has, in its wake, left the country embroiled in debate. Seemingly anyone with a microphone in their face has weighed in on the gesture of sitting during the national anthem. On Sunday, Seattle midfielder Megan Rapinoe, in a show of solidarity, also took a knee before her team's home game with Chicago and stated afterwards she'd continue to kneel. Last night, she wasn't given the opportunity to do so.
Okay, so it's an upgrade. Our NFL analyst Keyshawn Johnson is here with us on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. So we're talking about what David just talked about. So Keyshawn, welcome. Good to have you.
Glad to be here with you, Cari.
Hey, I'm so glad to have you in our LA office. So we get all things expertise from you. Specifically, let's talk about Cam Newton. Cam Newton says this is not a rematch. How should the Panthers be preparing for this game?
Well, I think they prepare for
Peyton Manning, and he's gone. Got a legend in the process in Cam Newton, and I know you know him. There's been a lot of talk about Cam making changes in who he is. I feel like there's always a new narrative in regards to Cam Newton. As a friend, as someone who's talked to him on many different levels, how has he changed this offseason?
You know, Cari, I know.
Such a pleasure to have you back.
Yes, I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad you're here. All right, David, I'm glad you're here too. I'll send it back to you.
I'm glad everyone's here.
It's rare. These are key positions. We got a rookie QB, a rookie running back. How do they make, and when I say they, I mean the team, how do they make adjustments to help them?
Well, I think you have to look, first of all, they have one of the top 3, maybe the top offensive line in the National Football League. They have I would probably say it's an upgrade from Hill.
Okay.
I would probably say an upgrade from Hill.
All right. I appreciate you joining us.
No.
We're going to do this every week.
We will do it every Tuesday.
We got Keyshawn Johnson every Tuesday, folks. All right. Thank you so much for being here on
Yes.
SportsCenter Coast to Coast. David.